1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use.
Trump responds to the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, who is saying that Trump's regime is killing innocent Colombian fishermen. And Trump's like, what are you talking about? We shot down a submarine. Not that one. Not that one, by the way. One of the early strikes killed innocent Colombian fishermen. And then separately, you've killed innocent individuals from Trinidad and Tobago. Do you realize that? Do you know what you're doing? You didn't even know that there were strikes taking place in Gaza. Anyway, here, play this clip.
The Colombian president says that the U.S. killed a innocent Colombian fisherman in one of the strikes.
He said that when we shot down a submarine, that they were just fishing. This is a submarine. This was a submarine that was meant, by the way, this was a submarine that was meant for one reason and made for one reason, to carry massive amounts of drugs. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but that's not the right strike that he's talking about. He's talking about a previous strike.
Then Trump says, as a result of the president of Colombia calling him out for killing innocent Colombians, he will be imposing new tariffs on Colombia, but he won't say what the rate will be. Here, play this clip.
On Colombia, Senator Graham, the country of Colombia, Senator Graham tweeted that you would be imposing tariffs on the country either today or tomorrow. Can you give any details as to how much those tariffs might be?
I read the statement of Senator Graham, and it's correct, yeah. I was with him today. We were working today, and I read his statement, and it's correct, yes.
How much is the tariff rate? Do you have
I'll let you know tomorrow. Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow.
Tomorrow? It will be announced?
Yeah.
Here's what he says about, he calls the individual, the Democrat Jay Jones, who's running for attorney general in Virginia. He calls him an animal and like low IQ. That's Donald Trump's name for African Americans. This is how he treats African American people. And by the way, did you see the story I did yesterday where the Department of Homeland Security manipulated a video of young black men and they put a caption that says, yo, ICE, the cartels gave us money to go after you, when it was a video back from June where actually this group of young black men were being patriotic, more patriotic than I think they even needed to be during the time when the U.S. government was bombing Iran. And they said, actually, hey, Iran, we're staring at you. Don't mess with our crew. And the Department of Homeland Security changed the wording. So it acted like this group of young black men were taking money from the cartels to go after ICE officers, literally putting a target on these young black men. This is what Trump's done his entire life, by the way, to black people. Like, that's Trump's history.
Dallas is winning this week way, and you can trade on it.
Racist. Here, play this clip.
Jay Jones has repeatedly said that if he wins in Virginia, that he
Who said what?
Jay Jones in Virginia
You
said...
judge, you mean the one that wanted to kill somebody's children and kill somebody? You mean the animal that wanted to kill somebody?
Yeah,
who should not be allowed to be running for that office?
Yeah, he said he can't wait to see you in court. I'm wondering if you have a response and if you're considering getting involved in that race.
Well, what is he saying?
He said in the debate on Thursday night that he can't wait to sue your administration and see you in court.
No, he's a third-rate intellect. He's a guy who, I've never seen anybody say what he said, that he wanted to kill his opponent's children, he wanted to kill his opponent. No, I can't imagine anybody voting for Jay Jones. Look, you would think he's totally discredited. I would think he wouldn't even be allowed to do that. Anybody would be put in prison for what he said. So he can join a long list of attorney generals that have been suing and losing. But the people of this country want law, they want order, they want safety. They don't want to be mugged or raped or shot. And that's what we provide. We have tremendous numbers also. You see the crime numbers are coming way down.
And then Donald Trump.
All right. Hey, first and foremost, I want to say, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 mighty men would be judges on the earth as it is in heaven, as the scripture said, all right, by the hands of my people, New Jerusalem. Okay. Also healthy shalom to, to the hopeful elect and to the Akim and Akwaf out there that's listening and, soaking in this 100% truth. All right. This is the brother Gabar Dama coming back at you, man. And hey, fair use. All right. So I was watching, and I'll be watching this shit. Scripture told us to walk circumspectly, watch everything, man. Measure thou the time diligently, as the scripture said, not just in my own words. But I was watching this Midas Touch, and he's always going in on Nero. You can't tell me this guy's not Nero, okay? Like, straight up. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. First came out from beloved Apostle Tahar. All right, he clearly saw it, and I can clearly see it. He's burned this place down, and at the same time, what did Nero do? Blamed it on the prophets. See? Clearly. All right? So when I saw this, I was like, damn. I believe the Elder Malcolm went into it, I guess a couple of days ago. Something like that. But and going into the photo that, the DOJ or whoever the hell, these Edomites, they put up this photo of some Jakes, and they basically ad-libbed, something that they weren't saying, talking about the bounty on the heads of the ICE agents, right? Which really hasn't been substantiated. Nothing like that. So really what he's doing is just accusing the brethren. Matter of fact, that photo got scrubbed from the internet, where they had, put the words that they were saying that these Jakes was talking about, right? And of course it was Southern Kingdom, but they scrubbed that from the internet, and there was a video of it. And they scrubbed that too. So I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. All right. So Esau Edom has always done this. He's always been the accuser of the brethren. He never holds himself guilty. Right. Here's a Midas Touch network right there. Demolishing the White House. Yeah. He's doing that. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The thumbnail of this epistle, this it's going to be quick anyhow, but this video is going to be call on y'all by Shim Yahushua, man. It's going to be the thumbnail is going to be the proposed how do you call it White House after that 90,000 square foot ballroom is to be built, man. You can't tell me this is not Nero. Let's go here first, because you can never forget about the Central Park 5, and he yet this day will not apologize for that shit. He was calling for the death penalty for these Jakes, man. All right? This is Revelation 12 and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength of the kingdom of our power, Yahweh, and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's exactly what he did, with them Jakes standing there. Matter of fact, you always got a 2/3 or some, dummy that wants to. This is not our rest, by the way, but wants to continue, in this Babylonian bullshit. It's the same thing with Sodom and Gomorrah, those 5 cities. It's the same place. Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay, it's the same damn place. Rome 2.0, Nineveh. All right, all kinds of different places all wrapped up in one. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said he has a sacrifice in Basra, man. All right, so that's what's getting ready to happen. So you can't forget about this right here. I'm sure they didn't forget. He put these brothers up in jail and was calling for the death penalty. Took out a whole front full page ad. All right, which probably cost him a grip. The Central Park 5 are suing Trump over Philly debate comments. Philly debate comments. What's that all about? Members of the Central Park 5, he accused these brothers of doing that, whatever was supposedly was done to this Edomite chick, in the Central Park. And by the way, they never found the perpetrators, man. It's probably the usual suspects, which in fact is what? Salakia, damn. Which in fact is what? Young, so-called YT males. Okay? And they're straight up. I ain't saying, men don't do crazy shit from time to time, but listen, You don't see, I know I'm rambling, but you don't see, Jeffrey Dahmer's and Ed Gein's, okay? And, what's his name? Timothy McVeigh's. You don't find, Jake don't do shit like that, man. Jake too busy unaliving his own damn people, man. Okay? And that's that. So, really the most volatile and evil and destructive person on the earth, which the hammer of the earth. Let's get that right quick. And I'm going to read a little bit of this, okay? The hammer of the earth is Esau Edom. The scripture said, which that's his sword. He used the basis of all men to punish and chastise the ones he loves, the Israelites. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? Jeremiah 50, verse 23, how is the hammer of the earth, Salakia, of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation amongst the nations, man? All right? So hey, look, listen. To a hammer, everything looks like a nail. See how that works? We read just a little bit of this, grab a couple more scriptures, and that's that. Because he continually, and they all do it, man. But they're all a bunch of racist ass pieces of shit, is what they are. Okay, all of them, man. And hey, the scripture said that now they're just showing their horns. He knows he has but a short time. He doesn't have time, to fuck around anymore. Okay, he's wanting to roll everything out. Anyhow, members of the Central Park Five, also called the exonerated five, right? Exonerated. All right, you can look that word up on your own. All right, are suing former President Trump. This must have been a while back here. All right, for defamation over comments he made during last month's presidential debate, according to the lawsuit filed in federal court on Monday. And, it shows the names of the brothers and all that, and they didn't do that shit. Okay? Jake didn't do that shit, man. They didn't do it. All right? Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Whose oppressors, let's go back. Yeah, feed the flock of my slaughter, man. Verse 4, all right, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them, all right, are we not still in their hands? Baruch 3 and verse 8, it reads, we are yet to stay in our captivity, where the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua scattered us, man. See? All right? That sell them, Salakia, call Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Man, see how these prophecies are totally popping off the pages, all right? And it's the same people over and over again. Every third and fourth generation, they always come back. So this spiritual thing, this spiritual battle, and that I'm not going to call it a feeling. It's prophecy, all right? The understanding that you have, you men at Great Millstone mostly, right? Okay. The understanding, and I mean, I guess you could call it a feeling, but it's a spiritual understanding is what it is. That you can see what's going on, that you can see what's happening, which is a gift. It's a faith. It's a gift. All right. That's something else, man. Okay. For I will no more, verse 6 reads, for I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord Yahweh. But lo, I will deliver the men, everyone into his neighbor's hand. Woo! And into the hand of his king. See? Isaiah 19 and verse 4. Cruel Lord. And they shall smite the land out of their hand, and I will not deliver them. So he's not going to deliver these people, man. He's not going to deliver these people. And you got some people that think they know the scriptures. Basically Christianity tells you and says that everybody can be saved. All you got to do is say Jesus, All right. So let's get to this dog whistle shit. Low IQ is a racist dog whistle. And that's exactly what it is. You've seen it time and time again. A matter of fact, I don't know how many times I've seen it. It's a racist dog whistle. They say low IQ, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But if you go into, and IQ is means intelligence quotient, all right? And if you go into that, the creator of the IQ test basically formed it so the Edomites and other nations, right, would get most of the questions correct. Or, I mean, it's sort of hard to explain it without really going into it. That's something maybe you can go into at some point in time. But now you see why. I mean, when you go into it and you see, there's documentaries and all kinds of shit about the intelligence quotient, okay, and about how when the scores came back, rather harsh or bad for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's the one he kept, okay. And there's really no, hard-nosed science behind that test anyway. So, yeah, it's a dog whistle, right? So you heard what he said about that the guy, the Jake running for mayor. What did he call him? Evil, wicked. Same thing that what was that Stephen? I forget what he said. Evil and wicked. That pastor. All right, Suave, right? He called him evil and wicked and not so smart. Same thing he does to Jasmine Crockett, and all kinds of you Jakes, man. Jasmine Crockett reacts to Donald Trump calling her low IQ person, right? You got Captain Kirk talking about the same shit, talking about black women don't have mental capacity. All right, it's a racist dog whistle. And it's just something they keep putting out there over and over and over and over again. All right. It just shows you that these people are wicked from the womb. Let's get that. Is that in Isaiah 58? 58. Psalms 58. Salakia. I got that wrong. All right. Psalm 58 verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You got to remember, this is not our rest. They are not for our turn. And they are the accuser of the brethren. They do it day and night, as the scripture said. See? It's the hammer of the damn earth, man. All right? So, I guess I'll just leave it right there. You heard what he said, and they keep saying this shit over and over and over again. All right? And they're calling for, they're basically calling for a civil war, man. All hell getting ready to break loose. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, comes up. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. All right? It's all there. Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. Okay? Yeah. It's circling the drain fast. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And every chance you get, chant this place down. Kwam Yasharala and Wa Abai Babal. Boom! Shalom.